Hello and welcome to Caps 13 News. I'm Tanner Glenn. For some, tarot reading can be intimidating and abstract. Amber shared with us how she tries to keep connections at the center of her readings. There's a new trend in Kansas with its benefits and drawbacks. On September 1st, 2022, sports betting officially became legal for Kansas residents 21 or older. Pitt State student Nate Welton describes how he thinks it can help the state. After the break, we get an update on the Irene Ransom Bradley School of Nursing, plus some Pitt State communications students got the opportunity to show their final projects at the Bicknell Center. Pittsburg State University sorority Alpha Gamma Delta is doing its part to fight hunger. They held an annual macaroni and cheese sale for Feeding America where college students and members of the community could buy a bowl for $3 or come back for unlimited refills at the price of $5. This event took place on October 26, and according to the main organizer, Chloe Griffin, AGD raised more than $2,000 for their national philanthropy, Feeding America.
Today is our mac and cheese feed. Basically, we are set up all around campus raising money for Feeding America to fight hunger. It is our national philanthropy, so we're very excited to be able to do this for Pitt State students. It's our way to give back to the philanthropy that we love, but also feed a bunch of hungry kids.
The Irene Ransom Bradley School of Nursing has been training up-and-coming medical professionals for more than 50 years. During this period of time, it has become the most accomplished nursing school in the Midwest. This building is currently under renovation. In addition to the renovation, construction of an $8 million, 10,000 square foot simulation hospital is being added on to the award-winning facility. Expected completion is estimated for the fall of 2023. To learn more about the student displacement this project has caused and how it is being managed, we hear more from senior nursing student Hannah Riles.
It was really to experience it and be able to work with all the new stuff.
The Gene DeGruson Memorial Lecture was held in the basement of Axe Library this year. The topic, the Bender family crimes 150 years later. This lecture introduced a panel discussion with Max McCoy, Carol Stanton, Mike Wood, and Bob Miller. We spoke briefly with Max McCoy, an alumni at PSU, journalist at the Pittsburgh Morning Sun. He gives us a bit of background as to why this dark and peculiar story is still talked about today. The Bender family, better known as the Bloody Benders, were a family of serial killers who lived in Labette County, Kansas between 1871 and 1872. This event was a major success with a total of 153 attendees, the most of any discussion held in the basement of Axe Library. Dr. Dan Shipp began his new job as the 10th president of Pittsburg State University in June this year. He came to PSU after serving as a vice chancellor for strategic initiatives and associate to the chancellor at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. Dr. Dan Shipp says one of his top priorities from this past 6 months has been getting to learn about campus culture through its students.
You know, of course, there's a lot of things I don't know, so I'm really working hard, have been over this semester, to get to know our students in particular. So I think I'm now about 6 weeks into meeting with over 600 students.
In addition to that, Dr. Shipp is looking to the future by conversing with PSU students to understand what we are doing well and what still needs work.
Our gorillas here, from graduate students to undergraduate students, trying to get to know the institution and through their eyes what's really working. I call those pride points, and then maybe what are some pain points that we can all work on together to make the overall experience better for our students.
With all that, Dr. Shipp adds on how he knows Pitt State was the right place for him and his family.
I just have to say, it's been such a great landing in Pittsburgh because of people. So there's not a day that doesn't go by whether there's students, faculty, staff, community members will come up to me and they'll say, do you have everything you need? Is there anything I can do to help you? That really makes you feel like this was the right decision.
Pittsburg State University from 1906 to 2016 held a tradition where the senior class could make a donation to build or place something unique on campus. These gifts could range from benches to memorials, the bell tower, and most sacred and controversial of all, the split face. The Oval has been the central hub of activity at Pittsburg State University for quite some time and was last fully renovated in 1979. The most recent update was in 2004 when $40,000 worth of donations from the senior classes of 1997 to 99 were put to use to install new brick, benches, and granite for the split face. We learn more about this tradition, how it started, and what Summit and Mission know about it.
We got the split face in the oval back in 2004. And we're not really sure where the superstition originated, but there is this rumor that if you walk across the oval, one, you may not graduate. But the other one is if it's game day, we might lose the game. And so you'll see people out there on game days, they're like, please do not walk across this. They're kind of barricading it. It's funny when it snows, they walk around it so much that there's just this circle in the middle of snow and everyone has gone around it.
And if you do happen to step on the split face, no worries. There's a way to reverse this curse.
If you do happen to step on it, you have a 10-second window to run over to the yoga gorilla right next to the student center, either touch or kiss its abs or its little toe that really, and apparently that'll cancel it out.
So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you happen to have misstepped, follow these guidelines and that'll ensure your education and our sports teams stay on track. Pittsburgh State Communication Department recently hosted a showcase for the students to present their documentaries. This event was hosted on December 7th and 8th. All students and staff were welcome to come and view the students' final projects. For a little more information on what exactly this means for the students, we go to Barth Cox, a professor at Pittsburgh State University. If you would like to view these students' documentaries, they are available for viewing on pittstate.tv. Thanks for tuning in to CAPS 13. I'm Tanner Glenn.